Here at Screened, we've been huge Christopher Nolan fans for many years, and like many of you, we've been looking forward to watch Tenet on the big screen and have our minds be blown away, and then spend time afterwards dissecting the film. And now that we've had a chance to watch it, we want to share our thoughts with you without going into any spoilers. Overall, the plot is quite convoluted, so in order to not give anything away, I'll just say that in Tenet, we follow the protagonist, yes, that's his character's name, played by John David Washington, as he tries to prevent a world-ending event. Nolan's non-linear narratives now have an added variance with the inclusion of time inversion. In essence, it's the ability to make things flow inversely to the way we perceive time. The film feels like a high-concept sci-fi James Bond or Mission Impossible Fallout, and if you go in with that mindset, I think you're going to find more enjoyment to be had. Now, let's begin with the positives. Ludwig Göransson's score rises to meet the daunting task of continuing in Hans Zimmer's place as composer, giving the film a sense of urgency and importance. Hoyte van Hoytema's cinematography is beautiful and complements the set pieces. It really is impressive how much Nolan managed to pull off in camera. Technically, this film is a grand achievement. And now for the negatives. Unfortunately, this movie is a bit of a letdown. I mentioned earlier that the plot is very convoluted. It's also confusing at times. It's not so much because of the concept of time inversion, which in itself is very interesting for the most part, but because when important elements are explained, there is no time to take them in or to let a scene breathe. We move on to an explanation, and then a set piece, and then the next explanation, and so on. There's a lot of, and then this happens, and then this happens, kind of storytelling going on. Some of the dialogue scenes are like a ping-pong match between two characters. It cuts at every single reply. Wide shots are seemingly in short supply. There's a lot of fast traveling, thin character introductions, and we're still being told the rules of the world halfway through the movie. Even the characters feel like they exist only to advance the plot. It's like the train in the beginning. There are no stops. The story moves along even if you're not on board. There are going to be a lot of comparisons to Inception, and unfortunately, this movie does not rise to that level. Inception was a very convoluted movie, with big action set pieces, but the ending was personal. That's what made it resonate with viewers. It was a high-concept movie with low stakes, meaning not world-ending. Tenet is very ambitious and has extremely high stakes, but doesn't really manage to make us care much. We are kept at an emotional arm's length throughout the movie. Even Interstellar, which is often mentioned as a film that lacks an emotional element, made us feel more. In Tenet's case, there is no real emotional anchor, no character that is the audience's true surrogate to help navigate this interesting but confusing world. Having smaller stakes or more of a human touch might have helped bring this film's message home. We feel that this is one of those cases where style and spectacle are chosen over substance. Nolan flexes his directorial prowess and industry pull, but his worst inclinations, of which we've seen hints in his previous works, come to the surface and are on full display. I wonder, if this movie was made by anyone else, might we be as forgiving? It's not a bad movie, but it's not great either. It's a spectacularly loud and expensive... okay. And sadly, for Nolan, the deck is stacked against him, when even an okay movie can mean that it's a letdown because people keep expecting the next Inception or The Dark Knight. Under any other circumstance, I would encourage you to watch the film, probably not at full price, and judge for yourself. But seeing the world situation as it is, and knowing the risks involved in going to the movies, I would definitely recommend that you wait for it. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Our next video essay is coming out in a few days, so stay tuned for that. We will also be giving you more information about our new Cosmic Horror t-shirts. Until next time.